It's a Total Tires Food from 3 to 5. Jared Kennedy. As you walk your way through the Fat Fest.
What's up, YouTube? Kyle back with another episode of Brothers Perspective, and I got my boy Sam, and we fresh off the boat from Houston. But today we're here to talk about UFC 247, and there's a lot of controversy on this card.
It was.
Man, so we're gonna do a little different this time. Usually we go down the main card and we break down each fight, but I just want to talk about this controversy. I do want to shout out Valentina Shevchenko. She fought Katlyn Chookagian.
Yep.
Hey, if I butchered her name, I'm sorry.
You got it.
But it's close. You know, but this is the only one where the judges really didn't have to be there, man.
That's true.
She was just dominant, man.
Looking phenomenal. How she was able to put the pressure on her like that and just really show her how dominant that she has become. Like, she is an elite of the elite when it comes to MMA. Like, she's no joke.
I don't know. She's just on a different level. I feel like
Perfect form,
gauging
distance,
yes,
cutting angles.
It's kind of almost like she's elite to where she can pick and choose her shots, you know?
Yes.
Like you see, Silva's to me one of the best at doing that.
Yes.
And she's right up there, you
Yes.
know?
Absolutely.
But shout out to Valentina, you know, she did an excellent job. So we're gonna start off with the first fight controversy that we talked about. Me and you, we had a different opinion on it, but then we went back and watched the fight when we got home. And I mean, we were watching it live, and so you can't hear what the announcers are saying. You don't get to see the scorecards. You don't see anything like that when you're live at the fight. Lee versus Murphy.
Yeah.
Lauren Murphy versus Andrea Lee.
Yeah, Murphy Lee.
Yeah, but at first it was a really close fight, y'all. To me, it's still, after I watched it the second time, it still was close, but it wasn't as close as I thought it was.
That's where you saw it, yeah. I saw it the other way.
Yeah, you got it right the first time, and I'll admit I was wrong. But
not saying that she didn't put the pressure.
Yeah, no, she did put the pressure on her and everything, but I thought the striking was pretty even. When I saw it again on TV, I was wrong. You know, Lee definitely had the cleaner strikes.
Yes.
She was countering better.
Yes.
You know, I was thinking, oh, Andrea got a few takedowns, and you know, that pressure that she was putting on her, I thought that was enough to give her the decision. But when I went back and saw and just the striking difference, I definitely think they could have gave that fight to Lee, you know? And I mean, you saw it alone. I don't know how you saw it from.
I'm focused. I'm watching. I'm just honing in on it. I saw how that she was able to slip a few of the shots. She didn't have as much as the head movement as she should have, but she did enough through my eyes to get that lead in the judging, but they didn't see it that way.
Yeah.
Murphy, nicknamed Lucky, she actually got lucky.
And you know, the other thing that we didn't see that we saw on TV is Joe Rogan was talking, you know, was announcing, and he pointed out, he's like, there's a judge over there not even paying attention to the fight.
That's scary.
And man, it had to be in Texas when the judge is not paying attention to the fight, you know? And they zoomed into the judge, you know? He's not even looking at the fight. He's over here looking at his phone or something. Another dude comes up, he's talking, laughing.
Yeah, they said one could have been the commissioner, but the thing is, one of them had to be the judge.
Yeah, one of them had to be judged, but they weren't even paying attention.
Yeah.
And they kept on Joe Rogan kept on going back to that.
And we got to give praise to that. Just bringing the area to attention so that way there's some changes that can be made.
Yes. Man, another controversial fight, and I mean, this is my boy, this is a hometown hero. It's Derek Lewis versus Latifi.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, Latifi came in there with a game plan.
He did.
Kept him up against the cage a lot. He did
multiple takedowns.
Multiple takedowns. You know, honestly, he probably had more strikes in the clinch than Derek Lewis. Man, Derek Lewis won, but I don't think he deserved to win.
I'm not going to go as far as saying deserve. I don't see him winning through decision. I just don't see it.
Now, in my opinion, Derek Lewis was getting dominated the whole entire fight.
I agree.
And didn't deserve to win that decision.
There were some big shots. He landed the flying knee.
He did the flying knee every round, but then he ended up in the clinch.
And taken down.
Yes.
And then they were getting stood up from half guard.
And that's another thing.
A dominant position.
That's another thing to me. Fans have too much say.
It's really true.
In what the ref does.
And it was
Latifi was in a dominant. Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. The bald one. Dan Murgliata.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the fans are booing, and when the fans booed, the ref would stand them up. Even though Latifi's in a dominant position. I don't like that. I
don't like it either.
Yeah, it might be boring, but the thing is, this guy came in there with a game plan. He implemented his game plan.
It's true.
And then the ref stood him up.
And it's his first fight at heavyweight.
Yes, his first fight at heavyweight. That's also true. Derek Lewis is naturally just a bigger guy.
Yeah.
What if he would have stood him up and Derek Lewis would have knocked him out?
Yeah.
You know
Changes
what I'm saying?
everything.
Yeah, and I just think that was messed up, and I really was just disappointed in that fight.
All right. So whenever Derek Lewis was being pressed against the cage, I believe that he should have been capable of his corner at least yelling out underhooks, but possibly I was so high up that I couldn't hear him say underhooks. So that way he could have allowed himself to do that and maneuver and circle out and then either lay some strikes and exit.
Man, honestly, at this point, I'm wondering if that's his game plan. Pace himself through the fight and then try to finish the fight.
It's true. He did last. I don't think he got gassed.
No, he didn't get gassed.
That's a major improvement.
So another controversial.
Yes.
This part not so much the judges,
yes,
more so the ref. I don't know their names, so I'm gonna look at it. It's Juan Adams versus Justin Tafa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Juan Adams, he's from Houston, right? Or he's from Texas. Yeah, he's from Texas. We just gonna say Texas, you know. But he's more so a wrestler. He got cracked early, you know, and went down. And when he was grappling. He grabbing the Tafa's legs.
Yes.
And the ref came in and stepped in and stopped the fight.
Yeah.
Granted, he was getting cracked.
He got hit a few times, but he was also blocking.
Yes, he was also blocking. I would have liked to see that go on a little bit longer.
I agree. I think that's one that they should have gave him a little bit of chance to fight back and dig himself out of that position. But I also understand of being protective of the fighters because this is also heavyweight and one shot could be detrimental.
Yeah. And I mean, I just would like to know. I mean, granted, I think it wouldn't have changed anything. He would have either went to sleep or it would have been stopped for a TKO. Yeah. But we still never know. And so sometimes, you know, they could just let these fights go on a little bit longer. You know?
Yeah, I agree on that one in particular.
Yeah, man. And then the last one was Jones versus Reyes. And everybody's tweeting about this. Everybody has their opinion. And I was with some people, the crowd I was around, they were booing, you know. There was people booing, and then there was people who were happy, you know. But and there are people that just don't know MMA though, really.
It's true.
And a lot of those people feel like Jones lost the fight. In my personal opinion, I feel like Jones did enough to win this fight.
I agree.
Okay, you agree. Okay. Now, one thing that was controversial though is one of the refs gave Jones 4 rounds to 1.
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. But then again, me and you have differences in opinions on what rounds Jones won.
It's true.
I feel like a lot of those rounds were close. Like
They were.
Even the first round, Dominic Reyes came out
on top of that, right?
Yeah, he came out on top, and he came out swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Swinging for the fence. But I felt like it was still closer
than they would like to say.
Than like what they were saying. Yes, Dominic Reyes landed more strikes per se.
But that's not to say how many strikes he landed in a particular round.
Yes.
Just because he had more strikes overall doesn't mean if in round 3 on you had less amount of strikes, you just had a higher volume earlier on. That doesn't.
And I would like to say what I noticed is after the first round, you could see a different output in Dominic Reyes. I felt like he got tired quicker, and Jones looked like the fresher fighter.
Yes.
Also, people were like oohing and on about Dominic Reyes, and honestly, this is the best head movement I've seen in John Jones.
And he was
usually John Jones
yeah.
blocks. He'll block, he'll get caught or whatever. He did. There was times where Dominic Reyes had him against the fence, and he was swinging, and everybody was like, "Yeah!"
It was just pressure.
It was pressure, and John Jones was weaving, and that's the best weaving, the head movement I've ever seen from John Jones.
It was great.
Now, as far as pressure, John Jones kept up the pressure the whole entire fight. Like people were saying, "Oh, Dominic Reyes, he really hurt him," but I don't feel like he hurt him.
And especially that sternum punch that he had when his leg was up, it was like a slip, man. Like people made it seem like and that's what really I think changed Reyes' game plan. He started going more so for the body after that strike. Because in his mind, I think he was believing that he hit him in the stomach and
it made him fall.
Yeah.
But no, he was like honestly, that's the last fight. That ring is slippery.
Yeah.
And so I don't think. But I just feel like Jones, like I said, he just came. He was pressuring him the whole time. Leg kicks, nobody ever really factors in leg kicks. Jones was cracking them with the leg kicks.
Man.
He was cutting off the octagon really well. Really well.
Yes.
And I mean, by round 4 and 5, Dominic Reyes really wasn't throwing out as much output at all.
It's true.
And in 5, it looked like he could barely lift his arms or his legs. So, I mean, to me, if the rounds looked really close to me. So, I could see how Jones got a unanimous decision.
Yes.
But, I mean, for other people, they feel like the close rounds, Reyes won.
And that's the problem. They're just not accustomed to seeing too many close matches with John Jones. Like, they'll see, like, the Gustafsson fight, and then they'll see the Santos fight, but then they're just not accustomed to seeing him brawl out like that. And like they are the ones that watch it, but the newer guys, like you were saying, you heard a few fan comments that was odd, but
but one fan was like, Jones just needs to throw haymakers like he used to do. Jones never threw haymakers.
It's tactical.
Jones picks people apart.
And I think that was also a part of Reyes' problem. I think he thought he was ahead on the cards, but he started backing up and then just cutting angles and just staying and keeping the distance instead of remaining the pressure. It's business.
Yeah, but that's what we thought about the fights, man. Let us know what y'all thought out there. Who do you think won? Do you think the judges, there's something needs to be changed with the judging system?
Yeah.
Something definitely needs to be changed. Also, check out our social medias. Brothers_perspective_ on Instagram, bro_perspective on Twitter. And I got some pictures of the Houston event. It was a fun time, even though there was a lot of controversy. And like always, be kind, be cool, especially in the comments. I got it right this time. And from now, y'all have a good one, man. Peace.
Peace.